Okay, as per usual, I just to make sure that the sound is sounding and the working. Welcome, everybody to the Overthinking Football Show. My name is Mokwena. I am your host, and this, of course, is a special presentation because, like I always say, we love South African football, we love African football, and every now and then we dip into Europe. And now, with the off season upon us, we get to sit down and watch a little bit of the international action. As you can see, Bafana Bafana, a few things that changed team versus this Mozambique team. Welcome everybody for those who are joining for the first time. This is a very interactive show. You are able to jump in and add your voice to the show while I'm here live. You do that by pressing the button at the bottom of the screen on TikTok. It says multi-guest. It's got a blue figure, hugging a pink figure. You click on it and let you in. And we have a conversation about whatever it is that we're going to be speaking about. So those watching on YouTube, just know that Bafana Bafana is in action, and that is what we're going to be doing. And halftime, I'm going to let my people in to discuss with me what they see, and then as we move forward in the second half, if we can reach, I'm gonna make it 20,000 likes. Then I'll keep it open in the second half, and everybody will be able to jump in and speak to me now live as we are watching the game. Now, when you speak about two teams, you speak about a Bafana Bafana team that is ranked number 56 in the world, and then of course number 10 in Africa, and Mozambique, which is ranked number 96 in the world. Then, of course, 22nd in Africa. In the last 5 games, Mozambique has 3 wins and 2 losses. Last game out being a 5-1 drubbing at the hands of Algeria. And then, of course, South Africa, we suspect Tanzania to a draw, the only draw from our last 5 games, because the others were all wins. When we speak about Bafana Bafana, a top, not khoza team, I believe, won their game earlier today. But in the last 5 games, Bafana Bafana has looked like that. Look at the starting lineups. Vivain in goal for Mozambique. Hey guys, I'm not about guys. I'm not about when the other Chiefs players are on holiday, he's the only one being called up to his country. Hey, Bunzi Malape. But anyway, Dove Mexa, Chamboko, Domingos, Buemo, Kambala, Gildo, Radifo, and Beck. And then, of course, with South Africa, we have chained in goal, Nico Mobi. Oh, the visual. Oh, no. Oh, no. There we go. Apologies for that. Lerata, thank you so much for letting me know. There we go. Visuals are back. Apologies. I apologize. Okay, so where was I? Yes, Mobi makes a long-awaited appearance for Bafana Bafana. I want every once or twice, every couple of games, Mobi must come in just so that we can see what Mobi is doing. Bogazi makes it into the team with Sbisi. We have an all-Pirates goalkeeper and centre-back pairing. Then you have Kabini on the other side. Luke Leroux is on Mapungule, Kwaiba, Nkota, Mufukek, and Butuma. You've heard it, right? That means we've got Chain, we've got Bogazi, we've got CBC, we've got Mfukek, and we've got Nkota, who are representing Pirates in this Bafana Bafana team. Now, for everybody who keeps saying, oh, it's Sundowns, it's a Sundowns team, Sundowns laid the foundation. Today we get to see, today we get to see whether Pirates can influence anything that is happening here. So this is going to be a very interesting game. We're 1 minute in. Let's see how the much changed team is going to play over here. Guys, man. Body odds. How is this game going to pan out? We saw the last game being an 0-0 draw. Obviously, having a Bafana Bafana that was a little bit disjointed, Bafana Bafana that wasn't used to playing with each other. We're going to see something similar here outside of the relationships that already exist at club level. When we speak about Dabonko Tabonpugeg, when we speak about Abusbi Simbogazi, do you think that this will be a stronger Bafana Bafana? And tell me, how are you guys feeling about this game? How is this going to end on your side? So I just want to see if I can just pull up something here. Okay, so overwhelmingly, the odds say that Bafana Bafana are 77%. Their chances of winning are 77% versus the 14% for a draw and a 9% for an unlikely Mozambique win. Does this mean that we're looking at over 2.5? Those who do the things. Blebza, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yo. Okay, let's see. Look, Mfukeng came on last game and he made quite a difference in the pace and the tempo. We also know that Unkota, for example, loves to play high tempo football and actually go at his man 1v1, mano a mano, look him in the eye and beat him. So I think we're going to be looking at a much more exciting game. Nangu Mobi. Nico Mobi, Staji, welcome. Nangu Nico Mobi. So we're looking at a game where you're probably going to see a lot of Mfukeng Nkota coming inside more than staying out as wingers. I would love to see Nkota take advantage of some of the spaces, while I think it's Leroux who's striking, is going to try and drag the defenders, similar to what Umahopaldinho does there for Pirates when Nkota and Mfukeng are on the pitch. So let's see how it pans out here. Of course, on the bench we have Goss, we have Tito, we have Basadine, Mbata, Apolis, Mloisa, Ndama, Niselepe, Cupido, Moremi, Van Rooyen, and Lina are the bench for Bafana Bafana. Probably going to see some changes there. I don't know who's going to be the game changer. Mara sizabona lapha phambili. Guys, we are 4 minutes in. It is 0-0. Bafana Bafana, as expected, has a lot of the possession, but so far they haven't been able to look dangerous in front of goal. 5 minutes in. I just want to see what was happening. Let me just check something. So just a refresher, in the Tanzania game, we only created one big chance. Tanzania didn't create any big chances. We got a chance to see Faisal Salum. Hey, it's cold. Hey, it's cold. Yo, agent. Anyway, we got to see Faisal Salum, somebody who is linked with Kaizer Chiefs. But when you look at the stats, 11 shots, total shots from South Africa. There's one now. Oh, save. 11 total shots from South Africa, 4 from Tanzania. Keepers made 2 saves each. And then we completed 613 passes versus 384. Of those shots that were taken, each team only had 2 shots on target each. Yeah. Kirile. Evening champ. Didn't we just finish number 1 in the group, Kokosafa? Yes, we did. But it's snowing in SA, says Bogs. How are you doing, Michelle? Yeah, the capes are killing us. Yo, guys, it's cold, guys. It's cold. Okay, it looks like Nkota has picked up a little bit of a knock there. Naka magic spray is going to be up just now. But yeah, 5 minutes in. Let's see what Bafana Bafana can give us. Did you guys happen to watch that interview, Rulani? Very interesting interview, Rulani, on Robert Marawa, where he spoke about, coaching Pirates, coaching all of those different teams. I wonder, would Pirates, my Pirate, as Kumo says, would you take him? Anyway, corner, 6 minutes in. I'm currently waiting for my Club World Cup regalia. Wow, Gomnandi, Club World Cup regalia. So fancy. Hey, Masandawana. Okay, wasted opportunity there. Throw in for Bafana Bafana. Like, all I want from this game, is a lot of these players are second, third choice players for Bafana Bafana. I'd love to see them, show that they're hungry, especially Abonkota, Nabombogazi. I'm waiting for Abombogazi. You saw a type of season he had at Pirates with the little season, with the time that he had when he was brought in. I think it'd be a great asset for Bafana Bafana. But can it displace some of the guys that have been there before? I don't know. Does that count as a completed pass? Hey, Mar, agent. Me, I don't know. I don't do advanced analytics. I don't want to do advanced analytics. Next thing you guys are going to be telling me about XG. Dear Sundowns fans, Go Club World Cup, we support our own teams. Clear. Heaven. There's some Wydad fans out here. Wydad Al-Ahly fans. Wydad Al-Ahly fans are here too. I saw Pyramids fans as well just the other week. And Tate Ponyuga, thank you so much for the gift. Guys, keep them coming. Remember, I reduced it. I said 20,000 likes, and I'll keep it open in the second half. I just need 20,000 likes. 7 minutes in, there has been a save that was made from the Mozambican keeper from Urile. So, these Kaizer Chiefs there. So that has been the first bit of action that we've seen here. Go Peter Mokaba Stadium. People are angry. In my review video, I had a lot of comments where people are telling me that some of them braved the cold to go and watch this. Now I'm supporting my Real Madrid. Isting to Nusa FC, says Ubog. Hey. At least I guess it's nice that Sundowns gets to go play versus these teams. Mistake by the defense. Please don't tell me. Okay, Dove is on the other side. I was going to say, if it was Dove's mistake, when we don't have any Chiefs players that have been called up for Bafana Bafana, you're the only one, I believe, who's on national duty. And then you make a mistake versus Bafana. I never. Muscle Feng, thank you for the follow. This keeper is good, says Agent. Agent, is he good in the old school keeper way, or is he good in the new school definition? Evan, what's happening? Okay, showing me things here. Sundowns is representing Sundowns. That's South Africa, says Grootman. But guys, patriotism, Nyana. Our teams are not there, so I mean, it doesn't help for us to not give Mamelodi Sundowns some support. Man, I'd understand if other teams from here had made it. Guys, just like that. Okay, here comes Bafana Bafana again. We are almost at the 10-minute mark of the game. We've had one shot so far. Mozambique, similar to the Tanzania game, have not done anything up to this point. They are resolute in that defense. It looks like they have a halfish press going on at the front, but there is a separation between the front, let's say 5, and the back 5. Very, very defensive, this Mozambican unit, which you understand. I mean, they're playing versus a better team with some more exciting players, so you don't want to leave them out alone. I'm sure Utove briefed them about hey guys, can't fall asleep there. But here comes Mozambique. They're committing 5 players forward. You know what I'm scared of? I'm scared that this is all a thing where I'm scared that this is all a thing where teams build confidence. You know, that second half in versus Tanzania was very interesting because Tanzania actually started playing. When they made their subs and brought in, I guess, more of the quote-unquote starters, they looked very organized and very good. They were showing up our defense quite a bit, and we fell apart up front. So I'm wondering if that's not the... ball played in, touched out by one of the Mozambican defenders. Ball played in from Mobi. Hey, Mobi. Yeah, sure, Mobi. You heard all of the talk. Yeah, Sailor. So I'm wondering if it's just a confidence thing, and maybe South Africa can be caught out at some point. You know, when you look at that attack, it was 5v4. I don't think you can sleep too much in these games as well, even though they are lower tier games. Mina ngifuna shayela abantu man. Shayela abantu qede ngabo. Fact, Sundowns is representing South Africa and Africa. Whether you support them, it's up to you, says Agent. I'm going to support Sundowns for the Club World Cup. I'm going to be like, yeah, guys, it's the Club World Cup. Please do something. We also have WAFCON that's starting very soon. Remember, Banyana are the holders of the WAFCON. The most recent winners are Banyana. There's been a lot of talk about Tembi being left out and what does that mean for the future. So we do have some football, man. We do have some football that we're going to be watching. It's just that, hey, Sundowns is those vusekseni. I just want to make sure of the Sundowns games, when the Sundowns games are and what time. Because I know, American time versus here. Let's see, Mamelodi Sundowns. Midnight. First game versus Ulsan on the 18th of June, midnight. South African time. Dortmund is going to be at 6. Wait, that means they're playing in the afternoon. They're playing in the afternoon. Okabo 12. And then Fluminense is going to be 9 o'clock. Evan, guys, do they have matches kicking off that early, that side? At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it should be 7 hours. Interesting. Okay, 13 minutes in. Here comes Mfukeng with his man. Can he take him on? No, the ball is won by the defender. You see that cross by Nico? Yeah, no, Nico's crossing because he sees that, hey, Abomdau are going to bench him immediately, indefinitely if he doesn't do that. Ow, 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 ow. Kwaiba. Kwaiba.
Bafana, man. What?
But today I understand what the word Tonya means. Yeah, what Tonya, man. What Tonya. 12 midnight, 6 p.m. Yeah, there we go. 12 midnight, you see. So we're going to be up. We're going to be up very soon watching Mamelodi Sundowns at midnight. But we've done it before. I mean, the Banyana games, when they were playing Jamaica, when they've been playing at the World Cup sometimes as well, started in the AMs. And Shem, I was so proud of us. The way we woke up, all of us, even some people here were waking up with me to watch Banyana. Let's keep the same energy when the WAFCON starts. But anyway, we're 14 minutes in. Bafana Bafana has got away. Like, I understand that this is not a game that you're trying to go and win. And you're trying to go and play hard and you know, it's a friendly. Mara, guys, like, can they show us something, man? Can they show us something? I need them to wake up, and they're not waking up.
Wake up, wake up, nigga, wake up, nigga. Wake up, nigga.
Khotonya blind. Masi Kosafa, it's a friendly. Bafana Bafana won their Kosafa game just this afternoon to qualify from the group stages. As soon as Kwaiba is linked to Chiefs, he starts playing like a cow. Hey, Lebza. Mara Lebza, why must you be like this, Lebs? Leave the boy. Playing at home versus playing for Bafana Bafana. Completely different set of circumstances. Give him some grace, man. They play at 12, 6, and 9. Mozambique side is better than Tanzania side. Well, they're more disciplined. I can tell you that much. Now I'm a loyal fan of Banyana. I will wake up anytime to watch them, says Lebza. Tanko Lebza. That's the energy we need because we are defending the WAFCON. You see, there's a confidence that Bafana Bafana has that then makes them leave 2 defenders back. And if you look at what Mozambique is doing, they've got a lazy press. But if they were to press a little bit harder, they could catch Bafana Bafana out. So it does seem like Mozambique is not necessarily trying to play the ball out from the back to get to the front. It seems like they're just waiting for Bafana Bafana to hold the ball at the top and they can just chase them. Interesting, very interesting tactic. I think maybe they've seen that Bafana Bafana, even in the previous game, midfield play-wise, they're not very confident in building up from the middle. So the moment you can push some people up, they don't have options and they keep going back. Very, very similar situation to when we were at the AFCON and we had that midfield of mokwena and Stall, where they were just playing wall passes back to the... Oh, there we go. Mfukeng through. Couldn't place it past the keeper. Here we go. Heaven. Mfukeng. Okay, he gets the ball again. Can he play it back in? Mfukeng. What was that? But it's fine, I guess. At least by a shooter. Sundowns left them to take care of the country, but look what they're doing, says Jukes. I'll always support Banyana for my how tsibi Jermaine ahu tsibi bongs. Jermaine ahu tsibi. What did I say about the keeper? He's good. He's good. He's good. And Mapangule is such a cool character, says Malume Kuto. The sound. Wait, what's happening? Is my sound going wonky? Here comes Bafana again. Tango.
Guys, lang disappoint and never to
Lang disappointa. Lang disappointa. Thank you, keeper. Thank you, keeper. The keeper came prepared.
But for us, we are prepared, we are determined. And this time around, we are very serious.
Okay, I can again. Spain lost, so South Africa has an opportunity to have number one. Oh, is the win streak still on? The unbeaten streak? Hayi umfukeng uzokhulumisa ngabantu yazi. Yeah. Maramole. Our strikers umfukeng twice. Kimani Kwaiba twice. And akunabantu la ku defense. Dove is doing exactly what Dove does at Chiefs. So I don't understand what's happening here. Why they're not doing something.
It's not Big Show.
It's not Big Show, this thing. We'll win 5-0. After one goal, the keeper will rest his Malube. OT, it shows that the goals are coming since the 10th. They better come. Shot boy. Oh, keeper, my keeper. Hey, agent. Keeper, my keeper. His defense is letting him down, but he's fighting. Uyalwa lo muntu. That's what's happening. Uyalwa lo muntu. Oh, you want to know where it is? Sorry about that. It's on SABC3, SABCSports.com, SABC Plus app, SABC Sports Facebook page. That's where you're going to find this. Nkwata's raising his hand. Yeah. Yes, Bafana. He is. Pukeng is now losing the position. He now wants the goal. Agent, you know, when the Mfuto is up, when the blood is boiling, when you get that adrenaline, that little bit of push, you now want to score every single goal. You want to score every single goal that you want to score. So it's very similar. You must calm down. Let's go panicky man. Yes, we did have COSAFA action this afternoon. These 3 o'clock games are tough. 3 o'clock games are tough to do live. Fistos, welcome on a cold day. Wait, is this the same Zim? We beat 3-1 in Bloom. You mean from the afternoon? Bafana says Bruce might take him again when we play Nigeria in September. He's a threat in attack. Mlwanto says Sundowns must sign that keeper. Williams must rest. I'm a keeper angaki. Jody February, Peterse, Onyango, Williams. One strong SA Paddy living. Well, technically that's what happened to the Kukune coach. I don't want to say it. I don't want to read the message, but so that's what happened. That's what happened to a certain coach who came to South Africa and found himself on the wrong side of, on the right side of Joburg, if I can put it like that. Anyway, here comes Bafana Bafana again. They're essentially playing half ground here. Half ground. Keeper has been keeping them in the game. In Mozambique. COSAFA is the joke, says Wendy. COSAFA. Ratilio says, I'll support the real Bafana ka December. Ka September. I support it now, man. Peter sa Otias Dlalila. Nimtatile. Kana to the extent was he released? Peters. What channel is the match? It's on SABC3. Kwaiba, guys, what a gem. The Mozambique defense is all over the place. Agent. I don't want to say too much, but there's a player there who's meant to be leading this defense, and he's making me have withdrawals, man. I'm having withdrawals.
Hayibo baba. Namanje Usacasulwe le nto kudliwa kweKaizer. Hayi ngeke baba kuzomela uye ukuyisupport iKaizer.
Angizwanga.
Cha phela ngithi baba kuzomela uye ukuyisupport iKaizer. Ngizokucasula kanjena.
Oh. Gavin. Okay, there comes another shot taken by Unkota. Hey, Nkota's hungry. Nkota's hungry. I like this hunger. This is the hunger he was showing in the north when Algeria and him were meeting. Go CRP. So this is the hunger we want to see. Onyango is old. Jody doesn't come to the party. Peterson, the less we say about him, the better. But he's gone. England just said he's gone to the Club World Cup. You can't be signing more goalkeepers.
Awukhonali shame.
Lima batla kaofela. Aykhona man. Aykhona Nkota is tholakele. Yes, Nkota is tholakele Pro Max. If you don't know, guys, my favorite Sundowns player, my personal favorite Sundowns player, tholakele. From Manyanaba style. Shoot on sight. Wherever you are, you shoot. And guys, yes, I am a Manyanaba style fan because my team doesn't want to be a good team and make a women's team on their side. You'll never see back passes from Kota. That's why we like him. I hope our deputies make us proud, says Umapule. Peterson is in Club World Cup. Kota in his left foot. Keep tapping. Yes, please keep tapping the screen, guys, and send gifts, please. Now I see why Bruce prefers Nico Mobi over Van Rooyen. No, look, what's happening right now is that Mobi is giving platform. He's giving platform to Kota because Mobi doesn't go up that much. Oh, Bandish Mobi. Are we getting Bandish Mobi? We know about Bandish Mvala, Bandish Kekana. Are we getting Bandish Mobi? Pela, I don't know what it is about South African Bafana players. The moment Baba Repa Toho, it becomes a different player. So let's see if Mobi can turn up the volume there. Is Sipa Chain? Yes, Sipa Chain is in goal. I told you all, and Kota has more capacity than Saleng. Bogazi is on holiday, says Prasem. Oti Sundowns ladies. Yes, Malume Kuto. They're cooking even there. We're going to be cooked. League Kamo, Betway Prem, League Kako, Hollywood Bet Super League. They're just going to cook every year. Guys. Mobi does not help in attacking. That's why. Fistos, that's the key. That's the key. You see, with Mobi sitting back, Nkota has all types of freedom to do whatever he wants to do. They've cut inside. They've gone, there was a central pass there. Ikwaiba. Ikwaiba. Oh, was that the relay was making that run? Jeez, man. Press them. I was reffing their games. Okay. Players who punish themselves make their own goals. Ask Mbala. Was he punished when he scored on goal? No, he wasn't punished when he scored on goal. When he's punished, he becomes Super Mbala. Look, what I'm enjoying about this Bafana Bafana is that they are looking like they want to attack. They are going forward. They're not sitting back. They're not allowing the game to become stale like we did versus Tanzania. They are running very hard. So I'm grateful for that, especially in this. Mozambique is not the strongest of teams, so we need to do something here. But this is sort of the hunger in the fight that I was looking for. That guys, come out, put up your hands, and show us. I'm scared of the transition. If they can catch us right, you're going to see 2v2s, 3v3s. That's what we're going to see here. And hey, I'm a little bit worried about that. Yeah, he wasn't punished. Oh, he wasn't punished. Punished Mvala is a superhero. Did you see the pass by Sydney? Oh, so Mr. Sydney. Tali Brazilian. No one first name come Sydney now. Not even Nico, Mr. Sydney. That Mozambican goalkeeper says, he's on fire, ne? He's doing nothing different. We see this every week with Chipazaz. When Chipazaz is Chipazazzing them and Chipazazzing them to the nth degree. We see this, man. We know this. Zero back passes, just attacking football. I love it. There goes Moby. There goes Nico. Bangene boy. You've been looking for a pass. You've been looking for a pass. Agent, there's a pass that Nico Moby has been looking for the past 20 minutes. We see you, boy. We see you. Yeah? Supersport has been holding him back. Maybe guys, Kista. Maybe guys, they were starting to see the real Nico Moby. They were starting to see the real Nico Moby. Kancane uyavela uvela ukuthi uyistar uvela ubustar phupha ubustar. Let me see. Remember Mapensela calls Nkota Scooter. Yeah, Scooter. Yeah. I see the Kotsi. Don't be scared. TLB is there. Okay, Mbogazi is there. Boring game, says Miles. Yeah, is it boring or is it tactical? I get a rata for the game that's boring tactical. Sundowns didn't sign him by mistake. Don't forget, Moby once had the relay hype. You are deeper than all of us in this football thing. You are way deeper than all of us. Yo. The movement is just killing. The movement is just killing Mozambique. Yo. Do we have VAR? But you solid tackle, says Bafana. Thank you, Stitch, for the hand hearts. Mapule, thank you for the finger hearts. And Lulu, thank you for the rosas as well as Gubi. And then Tate Ponyuga, thank you for the gifts on that side. Guys, remember, I need 20,000 likes. Second half, I open it up. Then everybody can jump in and give me a minute of what they're thinking. As it stands now, halftime, 5 people are going to come in. We're going to discuss and dissect the game together for halftime. And then we'll see what's going to happen in the second half. Kana Tiko Bukwane. Who did he play for? Is it Mozambique or Angola? I'm trying to remember the famous Mozambique players that have been in the PSL. I keep mixing them up with Angola. Obviously, Dove. Dove is one of them. Man, Tiko was Angola. Some people, there are some people here who don't even know who Tiko is. Some people who don't even know who Tiko is. But anyway, BC's captain tonight. I liked BC. Like, there's a thing that I think Pirates has gotten very right with its young players that they've brought in. They make sure that the Grootman that they're paired with is the real Grootman. So for example, you speak about CBC with TLB. That's a Grootman with an understudy type of situation. You could argue that Koki CBC was a Grootman, a youngster situation. You could look at Nda and Cesar is in a similar vein, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that's a very good thing to do if you're going to bring young players in. Relay always had the support of Tito and Hoto behind him. Nkota is maybe the outlier, but you could argue that Van Rooyen was there. So I like what they're doing there. It sort of brings, an old man calm and a young man. Like, UTLP uyalwa. TLP's thing is that he fights with people, he's physical, but then you need a brain. And what's funny enough is that you can draw a line from that to, let's say, Lekhwati Mahamudza, favorite Pirates player ever, Mahamudza, Roy Mahamudza Lekhwati, where you have a brain and you have a brain and an enforcer. You could argue that Lekhwati, Sangweni, maybe. You could argue that those are the things. So I really like what Pirates does here. Oh, Mozambique, what did I say? Tico's Mozambican. Yes, Tico's Mozambican. Oh, Lipelembe, yes. Elias Domingos Pelembe. Supersport legend. Sundowns legend. Yes, no? Man, was Domingos was part of one of the great Sundowns teams, wasn't he? Or am I mixing him up with Lafour? Pelembe, the best one. The game is great, way better than the previous one. I've seen a few clean tackles from TLB, more than kicking tackles. The thing is, you just don't want him to be 1v1. Alias Gaspar Pelembe. Tico is that man who won Jomo Cosmos the Coca-Cola Cup the year after. Yes! Tico Bukwani. Riding. I haven't watched you since Sundowns lost, and I saw you at the Children Mall, and you promised me a win. Now I remember. I asked you who's gonna win. I didn't promise anyone anything. Should we have more Spanish and Portuguese coaches in SA? Oh, interesting question. Who are the Spaniards that we've had? Okay, the Portuguese coaches. Who have we had who's Portuguese? Why am I blanking? I can only see Rivero, Pablo Franco Martinez, the Spanish coaches. I can't think of another one. Even Portuguese. Oh, Portuguese, I guess we go Cardoso, ne? Mara. I can't think of one. Hela, Rona, we didn't like that flavor. We love the flavor of, Romanian, Serbian. Eh? Inali butinja. Every human needs motivation. Famous Mozambican players, Tico, Pelembe, Thomas Iguaniz, Henderson Buinga. Wana velile. Wena. These names that you bring up, it's playing on it's on SABC 3. He was actually great at Supersport, Sundowns, and Platinum Stars. Pelemba was part of Sundowns, Can't Buy Money Brigade. Now you're bringing, please ask him. When Velila starts bringing out players from the early 90s, Spain coaches, I remember. Oh yeah, Lopez, okay. I don't know. I don't think they have a good track record, eh? Onake show off. Velile. Now I trust Velile to confuse the 2000s. That's who I trust. I want to Velile. One day, I want to play the game. We played this game once here. I want to play the game. Guys, name me your most obscure PSL player ever. Like a name that everybody would forget. Maybe, okay, let me say a known name, but everybody would forget them. I want to see. Just put it in the chat. Tell me one name of a player that would shock us, that we remember. I always go with James Matitilani. That's the first one I'm gonna call out. Let me say Serge Jua. Let me see who else is an obscure player who everybody should know. Mankana, who was the Santos captain? The Santos captain. Why am I forgetting his name? Anyway, league winner, that one. Benjamin Mwaruwaru. Then he became Benjani. Here comes a free kick from Bafana Bafana, placed over. I'm forgetting his name. Yeah, says Jiwa, Willard Katsande, Warren Lewis, Ajiemang, yay! Harry Kohele, Herbert Long, Kaizer Chiefs defender, Otieno. No, not Otieno, Idris Burton. Thank you, Penny. Idris Burton. Captain, my captain. Nyamon Otieno. But there was captain, my captain there. Bentham, yes. Bentham used to dye his hair, ne? Marwan Bentham. Thomas Sweswe, Kapamba Musasa, Azwindini Mapaha. Hey. Erwin Isaacs. Erwin Isaacs was the one who was the blonde? It was Erwin Isaacs. Bakuna Matata. David Opua. Mzwauteti Nazo. Mzwauteti. Mzwauteti. No khoza, velile. Yabo? I wanted to show you guys. Velile has a bag that's deeper than all of us when it comes to these players. Idris Burton. I saw Idris Burton here in Cape Town at Foot Lovers. Siakatini. Oh, Siakatini Siaka. Here comes Bafana Bafana again. 38 minutes in. It is still 0-0 somehow. I want to keeper, guys. You see this keeper? This keeper must be signed, guys. This keeper. The lion is back. This keeper is doing a lot. Sempem, Lavas Mutlala. Yo, Puku Dlamini, Semi Okpara. Yeah. Utlafele, the kids. This is how I know that you guys are old. I have yo, this defense, Tibang. It's just, there's a lot that's happening there with defense. Like, he's telling himself, "Hi, limbs." To Misaningobe. Actually, didn't Kelele speak about him on one of those PEFMO things? There we go. Hey guys, Sakokota. Nobody wants to open here. Nobody wants to open here. And if we carry on this way, the football gods. Shane needs a blanket in this cold weather. Shake says the Mozambican goalkeeper. No, he's on fire. Tsibi Okonko. Mongi Rula. Utata wake wayeni mocha. Yakonia Tsibi. Kitaibo Tsibi. Joseph Ngaki. Richard Henyekane and his brother Joseph. Sundowns legend. Well, one was a Sundowns legend. I wanna see. Yo, wait, guys. Wait. England is playing Senegal. Why aren't we getting those friendlies? Aye, keeper. Aye, keeper. Keeper. This is too much now. This is too much. Yo! Guys, who is this keeper? Yo, who is this keeper? No, this keeper's on fire. This keeper is on fire. Here comes a corner for Bafana Bafana. Like he single-handedly kept this game like this, 0-0.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you were here?
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained by this keeper? Look, even sweeper keeper. Guys, no, keeper. I love this keeper. How can you play England without Sundowns? Aye, Nsaban. How? Hey, how can you play Sundowns? Senegal is playing England, Chief. Some of those English players are meant to be at the Club World Cup. Jude Bellingham is on the substitutes bench right now. Alexander-Arnold. Yeah? You want to get ready, yeah? Get ready for weeks and weeks and weeks. You should be playing for England, man. How? Playing for B team versus Mozambique, Tanzania here. No disrespect to those countries. And we're calling that just because they're Saba. Guys. Aye. If we lose, we lose. Iskwaiba could have never seen him having a good game. I said it, Banda, this keeper's doing something. We need this keeper in America for the Club World Cup. Kaizer Chiefs now goalkeeper siyakuvuba. And nizobula keeper wabantu if he goes there. The keeper is still young. Is he still young? Wait, let me pull him up. Let me see. If I can find some information on the keeper. This is Scouter Manj. Mistake. Scouter Manj. Matches. Mozambique. I just want to get some information about this keeper. Ivan Urubal. He's not young, he's 28. Ndlalangam, he's 28. Mozambique, 184 centimeters height, preferred foot right, position goalkeeper, player value 77,000 euros. You know, Boma 14 meter, we'll get it done. What does he play for? He plays for União Desportiva do Songo. Why does it say only played one game? Guys, this guy is really auditioning. This guy is the guy who comes uninvited to the interviews and he gets the job because guys. Wait, let me find him proper. Scout manje. Hey, Chiefs. Let's see. Ivan Urbal. There we go. 28 years old, kilo 97. I'm trying to find his most recent career. There's not much that's said here. He plays for Songo. Yeah, Songo. But it doesn't say. Anyway. No Downs players, no party. We want to keep unbeaten run till Sundowns comes back. But 28 is 28. What you witchcraft, Len? A guy saying that the Mozambicans brought a chemical engineer. No. What? For a keeper that's young. Guys. 28 is young goalkeepers. They play until 40 something. There's no stats, agent. I'm scared. There's no stats on I'm looking him up right now. There's no stats on this goalkeeper. We could be watching his only good game. And Tuari. It could be a repeat of Tuari. No, let me not. Sheriff, let me not be mean. Untware wabantu zamile, man. Here comes Bafana Bafana again. This defense is so bad. This Mozambican defense is so bad. Which club is that now? It's Songo. Yeah, he plays for Songo. Ntwari once did a masterclass against Nigeria last year. Ntwari is a good goalkeeper. It's just us fans. He's shaking. He shakes. He's shaking. He's not used to this. There we go. This is what I was looking for. He plays for Songo.
Kasongo, yeah. Mombali nanga. Kasongo, mbona.
Not that one. Okay, not that one. But he plays for Songo. Oh, geez, this goalkeeper, a free agent. You see, Dr. T. Now, I love Chiefs fans who are focused. We know our club. Our club would only sign him if he's free. We must just convince Songo to release him, and then we can get him for free. Okay, guys, we are heading to halftime. Please remember, we're going to let 5 people in, and we can have a conversation about what we've seen halftime. And then in the second half, I see we're still a little bit off of the target. If we can get to 20,000, I'll keep it open, and everybody will be able to jump in. In order to add your voice to the show, just make sure that you're following me now live, while I'm now live on TikTok for those watching on YouTube. And you have to be following the account. And then, of course, bottom of your screen, there's a button that says multi-guest. It's got a blue figure hugging a pink figure, and we can go from there. But this goalkeeper is hot. Chiefs has money. It doesn't make sense to buy a player for more than 10 million. Guys, it does make sense, guys. It does make sense. Where do you want your club to go? One game does not make you a good player. Ntwari, for example, South Africa needs Sundowns to save. South Africa needs Sundowns to save. Mbutuma Ekona looks he looks what? He looks. You guys are so mean. What did Mutuma do? It depends on what you want to do. You know, I have a video. Please check out my podcast. I have a video where I speak about financial fair play, and I also speak about the ownership of teams. Guys, you don't own a team to make profit. If we're being 100% honest, you don't own a team to make profit. But anyway, it is halftime, guys. Let me bring in my analysts for this halftime, and we can go from there. Agent, my brother.
Yeah, shalom, my brother.
How are you?
Yeah, we are watching the Kasongo show, man. Yeah. Let me start by how Sinji. I know you have mine, but how? Show off again.
Closing garages here.
Let me start by I'm impressed by Mofokeng.
Okay.
Right? Because after the goal, I saw the tactical discipline that he usually does at Pirates.
Yeah, mute when you come in. Mute when you come in.
Where he usually goes in into the middle of the park, goes everywhere, left, right, center, But I think Okujugo Bruce told him keep hugging the side, and I think he's been able to hug that side well, So I think I'm impressed by that kind of maturity from him,
Yeah.
And then Unkota, I also love that he's hugging that side also, and I love the partnership with Sydney,
Sydney.
I think they complement each other well. Sydney knows when to go forward and when to come back and when to allow Unkota to have that space, And Shem, I love a player who's active the entire game. One thing about Omofokeng is he's gonna go off the game and come with a goal, but Umkot is always constantly looking, and I love that about him. Otherwise, impressed by the keeper also.
Complete the front three for me. What do you think of Kwaiba in this game?
I don't know. He's a bit underwhelming for me. Can you check for me how old is Mbutuma? Hey, how old is he? Yeah, because I think I know this football age, but I think he's playing his age. That's all I can say about him.
No, I'm pulling it out. No, I want to see. Butuma, he is 23.
Oh, okay. So add plus or minus 4. Yeah.
Let me bring it to CJ. CJ, showstopper. Welcome, champ.
Champ, man, how are you? Are you right, champ? 2025. Can we please be specific by saying 2025 champ?
Yes, 2025 Nedbank Cup champ.
Yes, 2025. We've got a trophy that is got. It's like a car, man, with a license disc. There are people that have license discs that are ending 2026 already. So we've got a 2025 cup. Listen, I'm trying to see if I'm watching this game is really Mofokeng really a number 10?
Okay.
I'm trying to understand him as a playmaker. I think I like him better and is more efficient where Pirates play him as an inverted winger, as a left playing on the left hand side, cutting into the right. I think that's where he's more dangerous.
A false wing.
I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him playing that, detecting the tempo of the game, changing the field left and right, putting in those nice passes. He is. I like his box entry. But I think the goalkeeper has answered all of his questions and has come out even taller, came out stronger than him or his attempts. I think it's made this goalkeeper. They're making this goalkeeper look very good.
I wanted to ask you that: is it the goalkeeper or is it the players and the finisher?
I think so. Yeah, look, I think he's a good goalkeeper. He's positioning himself very well. He makes it look easy. He makes it look doable. And that's the beauty of being a goalkeeper. He's not extravagant as we want to see him, but he positions himself very well.
Okay.
Strong on his feet, he's got strong arms, he knows where to push the ball, which is also quite good. He doesn't just save the ball, he knows where to direct the ball when it's coming to him, that it doesn't become also a danger or a second loose ball to the opponent as well. So I like that about him, and I like this, also watching this COSAFA Cup squad as well. I'm seeing there are a lot of players that I think should have made it to this Hugo Boss squad that is in that squad as well, that are raising up their hands as well. Other than that, man, it's a more attacking-ish Bafana Bafana than we saw the last time, and yeah.
Okay.
I like this football that Hugo is playing today. I'm not sure whether it's a pattern that is going to use constantly, but I think I like it.
I want to bring in Stitch. Stitch, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Overthinker?
I'm Ngimnandi. Stitch, tell me about the first half. What did you see?
Yeah, the Nedbank Cup Champions. Yeah.
Yes, no, sorry, champ. The 2024/25 Nedbank Cup Champions. Welcome.
Yeah, and another thing, Sundowns lost to Pyramids, but it's fine. We say, what are we saying? We say it's no DNA, just Pyramids.
RSA.
Nah, for Sundowns it's no DNA, just Pyramids. But when they go into the Club World Cup, we're gonna say no RSA, just DNA. But it's fine.
Okay. What do you think of this game? 0-0 so far.
It's a good game. I just like how the team is playing with the way they're interchanging passes. It's good. I feel like Nkota is too matured. He's more like he's just that, I feel like our players need more motivation, but I feel like Nkota is more at the level of your Phil Fodens, and if he works harder, he can be close to Lamine Yamal, same as Mofokeng as well. Like, they're very, very good players. It's just a matter of the coach motivating them more especially as he gets to see or understand their potential. But the boys are playing well. I feel like if Chiefs do not get Faisal Saloom, they must go for Leroux, because I feel like Leroux and Mapangule, they're controlling the midfield very, very well. I didn't really expect it from them. But overall, like, I like this team. I feel like this team can also compete with the likes of your Moroccos and stuff like that. It's not really a B team, it's a good team. And we must thank people like your Jose Riveros for believing in youngsters, because I feel like he's the only coach that would give youngsters a chance at a big team. So yeah, we are cool. We are great.
Okay. Madame Kuto.
Thank you, Mr. Uti.
Madame Kuto, Lewena, welcome, champ. MTN 8 is still welcome, champ. Lewena.
2024. Muruti Ari, over 2025, we must be specific. So I mnanomungang bizang. Firstly, Mr. Uti, I'm watching Algeria, Sweden, halftime. Skyly halftime, Cameroon.
Algeria, Sweden, wow. England, Senegal. Oh, anyway.
Sweden 4, Algeria 1 at the moment. I'm addressing what you were talking about. But firstly, you see, when an older person learns, Mr. Uti, I think it's beautiful as well. The 2 games, Hugo Bros has learned how to sprinkle both A-listers in both teams and not just let the new guys play on their own. He had Pasadine, who I would say is now an actual Bafana player in the other game, just so he could guide the other guys, Nabotito. And in this game, he has Abo Kwaiba to be guided by Abosbisi, Bonikomobi, you know,
Yeah.
which is beautiful to see. It builds proper integration.
Yeah.
Just really bang, you know. I would have loved to see Ukabini on the other side and Umbogazi out wide, and see how that would have worked out. But maybe because Umbogazi does not have as many belts under his whatever as a player, it's safer to play him where he usually plays as opposed to Ukabini, who can, you know, adapt easily. He can play longer at a higher level.
I want to ask you something. You said something very good about that. Do you think that this is the underrated roles that Bomobi play in Bafana Bafana?
Definitely, Mr. Uti. Bomobi, they make sure Uti player feature gets accustomed to the ways, doesn't make the mistakes that they made against Abombape, which wins so ungalahleki, don't feel left out, don't be out there alone, Mr. Uti. Sometimes you must attack this way because ungaba yimim. At any moment ungaba yimim for the rest of your life. I understand, Mr. Uti. So I like it, and there's something I've always, not always, let me not lie. There's something I mentioned about Unkota, Mr. Uti. It's hard to see until you start understanding certain players, Uti. One player may be superior compared to the other.
Yeah.
But the capacity, can you see the capacity to grow in the one? And that's why I think we sit with stories of, hey, Malume Kuto was greater than OT. We don't understand how OT made it to a professional.
Yeah.
These are things we can see now with the better understanding of football.
Yeah.
Le boy, he's used to things coming hard, difficult to him. He's been beaten from an early age. So going into professional football, he moves from striker to winger. He's like, I have to adapt or I'm out. My favorite player, on the other hand, it's been smooth sailing. I just wonder when testing comes, will he be able to survive? And I wish, and God willing, he survives, Mr. Uti. And you know who I'm talking about. But so far, so good for Unkota. He's able to vary his approach in terms of dribbling, shooting, and passing. With time, I think he'll be able to vary it and add a fourth dimension to his play.
Okay. Guys, we're going to head back now, but then, Agent, second half. Do you fix what's not broken? Do you bring in some of the senior players? Maybe we see an Osman Apolis coming into this game to merge with Bobom Fukeng. How do you see the second half playing out? What do you expect?
I would think to go straight so that they can attack you. Because I don't know. I just around it also, but please, man, how? But things that I wanted to talk about was I want to see the Mozambican keeper concede. I want to see how he reacts when he concede.
Okay.
You know, does he drop his head and stops making saves, or will he rise to the challenge? I think that's the one thing that I want to see. And then I don't know if it's just mere coincidence that in the middle of the park is much better without Umbata. You know, I don't know if it's just a weird coincidence or what, but I think we look much better. You know, we look much better. I think that's all I can say for that, you know. And then and guys, I think he needs to tone it down. I think he reminds me of old time defenders, you know, Bo Valerina Hayo, you know. You remember? He reminds me of that. Reckless but exciting. Reckless but exciting, you know. So I don't know if it's something that can be outcoached out of him, or it's something that if you outcoach out of him, you kill his confidence, you know. There's players like Nkota who you don't want to outcoach him shooting, because he will shoot wherever he is, you know. But if you tell him pass more, you are killing what makes him unique, you know. So I don't know if it's that with Ombogazi also. So it will be very interesting. But no changes on my side, you know, unless if we give others a chance. I think 2-0. Yeah.
Okay. CJ, any changes to the second half? Do you want to see more senior players coming in to mix in with this youthful exuberance?
I'd like to see what's his name? I'd like to see Van Rooyen. I'd like to see also Masangai again in the 10 position.
Yeah.
I'd also like to see Apollos as well.
Mm-mm-mm.
And I would like also to see Mbata as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to see those four players. Yeah, so that's who I'd actually I want to see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And how they gel quite well. I want that bite as well from from Apollos as well, and I want to see those overlapping runs from Van Rooyen as well. And I like to see Maswanga like take control of this goal, and Bata as well to come in with those late shots and see how good this goalkeeper really is.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Score prediction.
Yeah, let me see. I think 2-0 again. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I want to see these Paris players. They must redeem themselves, these final losers. But anyway, all right.
Every time.
Cheers.
You're doing so well every time, CJ. Okay, guys, the second half has started. We're 38 minutes to 38 seconds in. Please add 45 to whatever my timer says if you want to know what the time is in the game. Mozambique started a little bit brighter in the second half. But in any case, let me bring to Stitch. Stitch, second half, what do you change? What's your score prediction?
Number 9.
Yeah.
But
Just
looking
say
at how
that
we
again.
listen
Just say that again.
number 10, I'd bring number 10, Tito, and I'll also bring Cupido in. I just make 2 changes, and then. But from what I see, the way we are missing chances, no, I don't want to be negative, but Mozambique could end up clinching it 1-0 because of the missed chances that we've taken. That we haven't taken, the chances that we haven't taken. Mozambique could surprise us and clinch it in the end. I don't know.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Speaking of which, Malume Kutso. Sorry, man. Malume Kutso. Rekorile. Kwaiba has scored a goal. It is 1-0 from a header. I don't know if you want to change anything you were going to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna change actually, but I think this one is also from the maybe sang the scoutsmanship of Abuti Kuto. He's doing very well out there in the national team. He's banging them in for the national team. I need to start writing these names down and be like, in 1990, Mang, I was on overthinking football when I said this one would be a star. Come on, guys. Funny enough, I would have nominated him to sub him.
Yeah.
If things continue to be difficult and say, as in, let's just take Orele, push him in, see if Oswin Apollos can do something on the wing, and see if we can run rings around them. Alternatively, we could keep Ukwai because Kwaiba can also play as a striker, Mr. Uti, and pull out Umbutuma.
Yeah.
And still do the same trick of pushing in Urele and having Ozuna Police as a wide 10, or but you have 10, whatever they call them. And guys, there is no way I don't think Urele is the most talented player we have right now. For anyone just wondering, he is the real deal.
Yeah.
I'm just scared that ziyasherela, like to my eye. I could be wrong, maybe he's suffering but to my eye. So I'm like, the day he hits a brick wall, how is he gonna deal with it? Does he have that courage? Who just got who just got himself an assist for Bafana Bafana. But yeah, I wanted to mention some other players good development structures right now, but I don't think it's necessary. But you can come with it, OT. You wanted to say something.
Ask you, Kwaiba Mbutuma, do you think it's working? And do you think that this is giving shades of, let me say a Mabasa, Tito type of thing? If you catch my drift.
I think it's giving more from a Hopa and maybe really if we're stretching it to find a more matching comparison. Mutuma is putting in the hard work, Mr. Uti, for the coming 10s or second strikers. I'd like to see more from him, Mr.
Yeah.
Uti. I believe he's capable of more. I've seen him trouble defenses of Pirates and Chiefs. I think Sundowns to an extent. Yeah, I think even Sundowns as well. He might be playing to instruction, but he's definitely not playing to his potential. Kwaiba needs to be stretched, Mr. Uti. He's a very good player. I think he's somehow reached Kanaking. But kana ba ibitsang gona le lebitso la sekgowa le.
The plateau.
Same plateau. Kula go utlwa batho ba argue ka plateau, but kana ba re keng when you are too satisfied,
complacency.
they use it a lot. Yeah, he's become a bit
Complacent.
complacent, Mr. Uti, in his approach. He's way more talented than what he's doing right now. And yeah, I think both guys can do better, Mr. Uti. I know they can. But I think it's about more than Mr. Uti. I know Agent, he's definitely not reached his peak. He's just complacent and need to push further. Mr. Uti.
Okay, no. Guys, 50 minutes in, it is still 1-0. It is 1-0 coming from a goal that came from Ukwaiba from a corner. Very interesting that these games tend to play out this way. You play very well, open play, you are hitting the keeper, you're doing all of these things. The moment that a header goes in, then it becomes interesting. I wanna go to Agent. Was it Agent Romalomeko's point where he spoke about what's gonna happen if this goalkeeper concedes? Now he's conceded. I want to know what happens to the whole defense, because if there's one thing about the relay, if there's one thing about Abonkota, they can heat up very quickly. Pirates players and that Pirates team heats up very quickly, and they can put you under immense pressure. I wonder if you're going to see something similar. But Coach KB, welcome.
OT, how are you, sir?
Oh, finally.
Nah, it's the cold, that's why.
Brother, what do you think of
You know,
this
there's
game?
something
Tell me what
that-
you see.
Yeah, man, there's something that just brought me in. Let's keep the team as it is, man. Kwaiba and Butuma, they are the reason why Nkota and Mufokeng are shining. Because of those runs that Kwaiba is making all over. And if you look at, I think, the first half shots, if you go look at them, you will see that Mbutuma had a touch in almost all the shots that Nkota took.
Yeah.
So I think let's keep it, man. Let's not jinx it, Kabutito, and let the youngsters play, man. They're shiny. If we want to bring experience, let's bring it. Maybe 70 there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think let's keep it there. But me, I'm more impressed about this. I don't want to say white because of color, but he's white. Leroux, South African midfielders are special. This boy is something
Mara,
else.
where do the midfielders go when it's time to take the next step?
Yeah, you see that's one thing. The development, does it disappear or change of coaches? Because if you look at, I think we also had, who's that short guy who used to play in France? He also disappeared when Hugo Bruce came. So I don't know. But also remember, Tebza is just controlling everything. OT, man. Tebza is making everyone look average. So that's one other problem that we are facing in South Africa. I don't know if it's a blessing or a problem.
Can I ask you, in the past two friendlies, do you think there's been any players that you can say for sure, yeah, no, they must play for the quote unquote first team? So we found somebody to partner Mokwena in the middle, for example. Do you see any players that have done that?
Well, the first game I was not impressed. The first game was boring. But so far, I'm impressed with what we're seeing, because I think Leroux is playing very well because Mapangula is doing his job. He's doing his primary job. And it's one of those players that if you don't look at them, you don't see the game. For me, Mapangula is doing extremely well. It's just that he's not having too many touches, but he's allowing Leroux to be moving and having those touches. So for me, the player that I think Umbutu Makwaiba, and Leroux boy, they deserve to stay in the national team, maybe for the next 2-3 friendlies, just to see them next to those Bo Mrembola, Bo Shigabala. You see, yeah, it would be fun. Like I'm, I heard Richards Bay has just renewed this boy's contract. Umbutuma in 5 years. If it wasn't there, then I would say, why is Pirates not heading for him? I mean, one, he's a hard runner. He can finish. He can hold up play. So I think he deserves to stay, man.
Okay. For time, I'm going to jump in. Thank you for joining me, Coach KB. Thank you to everybody who's jumped in. Guys, it is open. Feel free to jump in and give me a minute or two of what you're thinking right now. Bafana Bafana has got a corner because that man has stepped up again and taken another shot. Yeah, hey, he's hungry. You know, Waramutu is just so hungry. Like, he just wants to make sure that he grabs this. This is what you want from players that are brought in. They must grab the chance with everything he has. Like, the movement, the hunger. You know, the one thing I enjoy about Nkota, and what I love about what Nkota has become, Nkota is a player that finishes moves off. And we don't have many players that finish moves off. And what I mean by finish moves off, when you watch the PSL, a lot of the time, yeah, it's back and forth, but it doesn't end with a shot. It doesn't end with a save. It doesn't end with a chance. They just sort of fizzle out, and then the other team takes the ball the other way. And you don't know where moves start and end. With Abankota, the moment the ball crosses over, he wants to go and finish that ball. He wants to go and shoot at the goalkeeper. And what I like about him, I'll never forget. Malume Kutso, there was the day when Pirates was playing, and I think he scored a goal. And Malume Kutso went, yeah, no, Kanakwat was going to miss or something like that. And he started missing because he sometimes tends to make the wrong decision. And in this game, you can't argue with Nkwota's decision-making up to this point, that he's done everything that's meant to do. If he must cut in and shoot, he cuts in and shoots. If he must pass the ball, he passes the ball. So for me, this Nkota, for me, has raised his hand the way that we wanted people to raise their hands in the first friendly game. So we'll see. Okay, here they come again. Oh, Mozambique is playing like a typical PSL team. Yes? Playing like a typical PSL in that they looked the way that they were playing. Hopefully they can maybe give something of a out of it. He knows them very well. Okay. Here we go. Please call Bobby to watch the game, especially the goalkeeper. Message. Reply. No, I'm kidding. Yo, I don't have Bobby's number. If I had Bobby's number, no, guys, this would be overthinking Kaizer Chiefs right now. Okay, so they've abandoned the back five. In Mozambique, they're trying to do a back four with a shielding six, and then almost like a 4-1-4-1, which is very interesting because at the same time, Bafana Bafana is very adventurous with pushing up their left and right backs all the way up, which means that a lot of the time, Moby is free on the one side, and if they can switch very quickly, the other wing back becomes free on the other side. There's been some penetration that they've gotten from that. Here we go, another penetrating run in there. Oh, really? You're so smart. Look at Rile's positioning. No, it's the small things. Rile positioning himself there behind Gavin. Okay, it's on SABC 3. They're job hunting. That's why they play like a PSL team, says Coach KB. Taban says you'd be blocked if you had his number. Me? Oh, guys, me. Why would Chiefs block me? That keeper's not crossing the border. The yellow Gustavo. I can't say that. You guys all... Oh, there's the Kotsi. What pass was that? That was the Kotsi. Remember the Kotsi I've been telling you about? You can't have 2v2, 2v1, 1v1 centrally. Okay, they've now made a change. Antonio is coming on in place of Ukildo. No, is it Antonio? No, it's Infren. It's coming on in place of Ukildo. We also have number 21, Mumade, and then also number 19. Yeah, there's Antonio coming in. Mara Gustavo, who's going to take him? Who's going to take him? This is what I want to know. Niti, I got cross the border, I got Who's going to take him? Okay, here we come again. Here we come again. Sweeper keeper. I know, guys. Look, keeper. This keeper is something else, man. No, this keeper is something else. Uzenenye. Aye, this keeper is a player. No, this keeper is a player. Who's away? Guys, you guys want to get me into trouble. No, I don't want to get into trouble. I don't want to get into trouble. Okay, let's see. Here they come. Ay, udlala kamsebenzi man. Ke maphungule. Udlala kamsebenzi man. The only irritating thing is that, oh, keeper, I made a mistake, keeper. Over. Let me see who's here. You guys, 60 minutes, Nyana, and building up their confidence.
Yes, OT.
61 minutes. Orinka came so far. 2/3 of the game is done.
OT. Kialokopa, please. Skara hale bona keeper elala one game fela be sentse le ba opa hyped le no, he's a good goalkeeper. No, a keeper has to show that the game not just
scout.
As much as re scout, sometimes re qeteletse re scout batho ba seng rege, re qeteletse re tlolla at the end of the day. For example, Ntwari o savile some good saves against Nigeria re hang. Then what happened? Turu after 2-3 games, Kale on the bench and no longer playing because we not considered the goal. So this is a fair warning to everyone who just buys a player just because I'm winning one game. A player is not a one-game wonder. For at least two. Look at Sundowns signer Williams. Basanile Williams for Williams. Last 6 games I feel like Gavin had a chance. Only good, una bontsha the glimpse of greatness. Mona ke one game fela sente le hype it lag. Bona ba teta ba mo scorile no.
Mara
So
re ditseng ka Salum. Most of us, the first time we won Salum was that game in Tanzania. Mara ra mo batla.
It's because Nabi kena a tsebang ka yena o kila sebetsa le ona le faith ho yena. So I believe ya coach ya rona ne, because rona re na le faith in our coach.
Yeah.
As a Chiefs fan, ke na le faith in Nasreddin Nabi. Ke believe gore Mohammed wa tseba hore no. Salum ke player e jwang, that is why ba batlang ho mo sign. Ha no bua fela go batla sign player a sa tsebe niks kae. Ka tshwantse re be le faith ho coach bana coach o hirilwe mono re atlo thabisa gona defense re kgone ho battle against this snake called Mamelodi Sundowns there at the league. So ha re sa khone ho batla player tse tshwanang le bo Salum re tlo qeteletse re ntse re dula fela re phuthe matso le gona.
Bara okay box bara ko batla go botsa ka match 64 minutes o reng ka game.
Game is okay, the boys are trying. I'm seeing Nkota is really learning from Mofokeng because what's and Cristiano Ronaldo le Nani. For me, Nani ona copy Cristiano Ronaldo. This is what Nkota is doing in this game. He's trying to copy Mofokeng, try to learn from Mofokeng.
Yeah.
And Mofokeng then is trying to learn from the from the other players in the game.
Yeah.
So they're doing very well right now. But I still want to see more from them. But score the goal because Mozambique is not a strong team. Jolo ka bo Morocco, but tse ba di balileng go di bapala it's a B team. So I was thinking ba score more goals, 2 or 3 goals.
I want to jump in, guys. We are 64 minutes in. Bafana Bafana are leading 1-0 versus Mozambique, a goal that came from Ukwaiba from a corner. Now, this is very similar. This is very similar to the game that we played versus Tanzania. In the second half, we sort of started to break down discipline-wise. So if you see what Mozambique is doing, they're essentially waiting for either Mobi or Kabini to bite, and they send a man running there. You see how they've got man for man with everybody. They're waiting for a ball through. Watch at the bottom of the screen. Right? So I think Mozambique has come out a little bit more structured in what they're doing. They've gone to a back three. They've got one defensive midfielder, and they really are pressing Bafana Bafana. We do need to get a goal here because, honestly, I will not lie. And your 1-0 is a very interesting score, but here comes Kwaiba. Oh, keeper, my keeper. Oh, keeper, my keeper. Steps up again. OT, this is the senior team of Mozambique, and Bafana Bafana is the BT. Look, anyone can beat anyone. It's 90 minutes. I'm just worried about the discipline of the team, that it seems in our second halves, we tend to let go and we commit more players forward and we lose structure a little bit, honestly speaking. So that's my worry, if I'm being honest. OT Chiefs and Pirates will never compete with Sundowns with Dr. T. Dove will be our agent. Let's see, maybe. No, I'm just joking. I don't do transfers, me. Okay, here comes 2 subs that are being made. It looks like, is it Lina? Oh, who's going on? Yeah, Lina's on. Chain and Fukeng Gutuma are off. And then Lina, Apolis, and Cupido have made their way. I wanted to see. Part of me wanted to see Apolis sort of in the 10-ish, 9-ish role, playing with the 2 firebrands next to him. Oh, I would have loved to see that. Remember, there was some games where Apolis was playing sort of like an 8-ish 10 type of role, not necessarily a winger, and he looked so good because he was freeing those balls. I'd love to see that. But yeah, I guess Mfukeng also needs some rest at times, I guess. "67 minutes in. Let's see what they can do here. El Tino says, can we field an A team without Sundowns players? I think it's possible. That's why I'm so shocked about the Morocco thing, but I think it's possible. I mean, already, just think about it. Already, you have CBC and LTB. They were standout players for Pirates this season in defense. You have Chain, one of the standout keepers. That defensive trio was very strong. At the top, you have Umkota and Mfukeng. You have the option of bringing on Abu Silepe. Silepe maybe not so much in this conversation, but you have the option of bringing on Abu Mkota, Abu Mfukeng. That's all Pirates. You can bring in Abu Pasadine. You can bring in Abu Van Rooyen. You know, in the middle, you can go with what we're seeing here with Leroux, Mapungule, but then there's, I almost said Obas. But then there's other options that you can bring into the center. We've seen Mbata playing there. Makaula could probably fit into this team. I know he's a bit old, but Makaula could probably fit into this team. I know I'm going to lean a lot on Pirates, but that's pretty much how it is. That could be a very good first team of players that are not coming from Pirates. I think you can. Honestly speaking. In fact, when you watch this game and you see the forward play, finish. Finish. What a finish, Cupido. Oh man, what a goal. Jeez. Ay, 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 ay. I know they cooked, guys. They cooked. Take them out of the oven because they are cooked. Let me just update the score. 2-0, 2-0. Cupido has scored here to make it 2-0 to Bafana Bafana 69 minutes into this game. I think it's wrapped, man. I think it's wrapped. I think they could possibly get 2 or 3 more goals here because Mos is probably going to lose their head. Oh, look at that positioning, yeah, Mozambique. Why do we like playing out from the back? And who made the mistake? Oh.
Hayi bo baba. Namanje usacasulwe lento okudliwa kweKaizer. Hayi ngeke baba kuzomela uye kuyisupport iKaizer.
Angizwanga.
Cha phela ngithi baba kuzomela uye kuyisupport iKaizer. Bese ucasula kanjena.
On a random cold night, Populokwane, Dove makes a mistake. The only Chiefs player on the pitch right now goes and makes a mistake. Nah. Coach KB, yeah, it goes back to that back three they were playing. So they were playing the back three with the defensive mid in front. But then, if you know anything about Dove, if you've ever watched Dove play, he likes to leave his position and leave his post, which meant that there's 2 players that are sitting back. I think what Mozambique was trying to do was to maybe push pressure up to Bafana Bafana, commit more players up while keeping that back 3, back 4 thing that they had there. But it didn't want to work out. But the only Chiefs player, but the Chiefs must make sure they release Dove, please. We must never play against Mozambique again. Malume Kutso. I'm tired of these moral wins. Like, remember, I asked the question. There was a question that was asked about the quality of the friendlies that we play and whether they're actually getting us ready. You know, I understand the Sundowns thing, but I mean, we've been playing Andorra. When was the last reputable-ish team that we played was Algeria. Was it Algeria? In Algeria. Right? Outside of competition, like outside of AFCONs and things like that. I'm still crying. England is playing Senegal right now. Sweden might be patrolling a certain team, but at least they're getting something from it. Ivory Coast as well. I guess. Look. You're still pushing somebody into midfield. That back 3 is not even keeping a line, or do they trust themselves so much? They're playing like a staggered back 3, so it's the 2 center backs and a player who's playing here. But the problem is that this player is pushing up and wide, and you trust yourself centrally. Like if you can get a good runner here, if you can get a good runner who can run down the middle, you score a ton of goals here. Personally, I think. Let me see, showstopper.
Udove, why does Dove want our enemies to laugh at us? Like, Udove, guys, why is Dove doing? This is the Athazwane Dove. This one, giving away my goals. Man, Dove. This is, man. Lovely goal.
Yeah, what a
lovely
finish.
goal.
What a finish.
Lovely goal. Lovely goal. What a way to raise your hand up.
Yeah.
Biting, clearly thought about it and executed it very well.
Why don't we see those goals in the PSL, Finch? Why don't we see those goals in the PSL?
And you hardly get defenders in the PSL who gives away goals like that. That's like that ball was like laid in a shayala. But yeah, I'm not convinced with this goalkeeper. I think I would take I would take that Zimbabwean COSAFA Cup goalkeeper than this one.
Guys, why are we sleeping on Chipazeze?
Chipazeze is old, bruh. Chipazeze, if niggas take wrapping stuff, like if niggas made a deal with the wrapping stuff and show deep heat. So Chiefs now must have an endorsement deal with deep heat and wrapping stuff. Yeah. We can't be good. Chipazeze. And now we must also now sikhangela ama-old age home ukuthi bafundise how to deal with broken bones zamaxhego old people Mr. Uti Chipazeze now we must look for endorsement deals. That's just to stock up on deep heat. Mr. Uti I think again. I think again.
It's fine. I'll not push it. Here comes Silepe. Here comes Van Rooyen. How is this game going to end for you?
I would love for another third goal. I'd like to see a third goal. I'm happy that Van Rooyen is coming back. Is coming in. What's going on with Mozambique's midfield? Who's their six? Who's playing six?
There isn't one. The six are back.
Man. They must stop this. They must stop this modern day football with two pivots. It's not working. They don't have. They don't have this.
Are they even two pivots, CJ? Are they even two pivots here? Because they're pivoting all over the place.
Hey, I have never seen a confused setup such as this one. And Bafana Bafana and Hugo Boss and this. Oh, thank goodness, this number. Who's this young chap that is playing? Who's got number 13? Check for me, Mr.
Number 13, Mapungule.
They must not call him again.
Okay, for time.
They must not. Are you trying to tell me that he's better than Nitin Brandao? Are you seriously saying that he's better than Brandao?
Every time you want to start it, I know you want to start it.
No, I want to know. I want to know, guys. After this performance, are we saying that he is better than Indula Endao? That's what I'm asking.
For time, CJ, time.
Hugo Boss must write an affidavit of hating Chiefs.
There we go. Let me go to Soweto chat. Welcome, my brother. What's that?
Ebo. How's it?
But I'm good.
No.
Tell me, what are you seeing here, man?
Hey, this team, man, they are proving me wrong now. I think Linda will Sundowns simile pale manje. No, this team is good, OT. Ngibona amanye amaphasi asuka ngapha ku left ayale diagonal kunkota.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the effectiveness of those passes because amabholo amaningi asuka from unkota vele aza ngalo lelo side lelo, and that's where we get opportunities. So I think, Hugo Boss is smart with it. So I'll give it to him.
Mara, is it Hugo Boss or is it because we're playing Mozambique? Because we love to give ourselves shine versus these countries. No disrespect.
Okay, let me ask you, what's the difference between Mozambique and Tanzania?
That's what I'm saying.
But Tanzania is king, and they were not there now. They were not there. Only in the final minutes they were showing up. But it's sort of like the same kind of football that you're playing. So I think it's an upgrade for South Africa. I think the players now, they're playing with cautiousness, and they're coming into the game with the proper plan, and they're following the plan. And I like what the coach is doing. Police it's sort of like a second option. Yaga Mfuking. So if Mfuking ageko, we know we have someone Haven.
When you are
Was that an
behind, you're
offside
only
or
seeing
what?
it now. You are behind.
Why, Mara?
Why are you streaming? Where are you streaming from?
Short. DSTV now.
Ah, okay. You're only gonna see it. You're gonna see it 2 minutes from now. No, but so you just for an update there. Bafana Bafana had a chance, went through 1-on-1. Good tackle from the Mozambican players to play to win it. But I did say if you just get a runner down the middle, you're done. So Gent, how does this game end for you?
For me, I think 3-0. I don't see Mozambique even scoring here. The keeper is good. Kaizer Chiefs got man. I think the problem Kaizer Chiefs is not even the player. It's not even like it's not even the quality of the player. It's just the training. But Jimmy, exercise they are not training. Training should be something.
Mara, can they handle the pressure, Chiefs?
I mean, they should have training facilities at home. Ufike ekhaya every 20 minutes ubamba ibhola mhlambe against the machine. Doing something again and again and again up until you become good. Kaizer Chiefs doesn't have that. But bangabheki Sundowns, they do have that. They implement even bafaka izinto la amabhasi amabhande obuloya kanti hayi ile ntuzana technology le imeasure ama blood pressure nani ne heart rate nani yabo. So Kaizer Chiefs kumele nje bachange kube ne-training proper sokwazi phela udove same thing now. He wasn't the player like this. What am I just committing like silly fouls? I mean silly mistakes, uluze ibhola lapho. Awusibhekisa ngabantu udove. I think if singathatha lo keeper lo singamthengisa udove because I think foreign national angithi sandise yena silethe elinye foreign national kube uye lo keeper lo. 1 for 1.
Okay. For time, I'm gonna jump in. I wanna bring it to Tiro. Tiro, are you with me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
How are you, man? 81 minutes. Mina, as long as the season hasn't started, I'm still a Nedbank Cup champ. So I'll be happy every single day until.
Excuse my manners. How are you, my good champ?
Thank you. Oh.
No. The game is gaming, bro. I don't think Mina expected much from these friendlies. It's more of Hugo widening Ilokunjani selection yabo.
Yeah.
He understands he's got an AFCON, he's got a World Cup that he needs to qualify for, he's got youngsters who are knocking. So for me, it's good. This is a blessing in disguise, especially for the young ones. Yabo.
Yeah.
The debutants need to be given a chance. How much they need to play and feel. How is it to play for Bafana? And it's also a recognition to the good job that they are doing in their respective clubs. So, good thing. We can't judge much from here.
Mara, we're building, but we know when Sundowns comes back, everyone's gonna go back into the squad. So
yeah, but then I need to that's spine. That's the spine, bro. Whether we like it or not, or whether you are turned or turned, that's the spine. So when the spine is away, you widen the pool. You can't do fun.
It's the spine, it's the hip, it's the knees, it's everything.
Skills. They bafethu. Nani ke qala nithengeni ke lapha eGuchiefs da. By quality players Hugo Pros ama option nenza njani. Khona manje abanye ngamapecha yini basenza ama mistake uzoselecta kanjani uzonithemba kanjani. So you there go see D team.
Mara ngifuna ukubuza on the A team. Do you think that why am I forgetting his name? The former Chiefs player plays in Romania.
Yeah, defender. Coach who's back from Chiefs.
Tell me in the comments.
You were saying?
Do you think that he's displaced here by LTB? Is displaced by do you think CBC gets off of the bench?
Not really. Like I say, Hugo is he's just seeing what he has. I mean, he's widening the pool. What if something happens to him? What if something happens to Kekana. What if something happens? He's just making sure that he's got a good backup and introducing Lamachita early. Unlike waiting for a last minute in your qualifiers for World Cups and something happens and you don't have a perfect replacement. Now he knows I've got UCBC, I've got Mbogazi.
What do you say to the argument that
so,
maybe...
so,
what do you say to,
it's going to be interesting to see with he. Yeah, no, I'm saying it's going to be interesting to see who he takes to AFCON. I think for me, that's going to it's going to be the how do you say it, a curtain raiser for how we're going to look Google World Cup if we qualify for World Cup. AFCON selection will tell us
when we qualify.
But then I mean, so far so good. It is what it is.
Okay. I want to ask a question to the comments. Comments: should there be a straight up A team, a straight up B team, and those players then be the players that play in these games? So I'm going to use Gezan as an example, but Abon Gezan Labo, I know CBC satisfies the criteria, but should they be? But anyway, agent.
You know, this boy reminds me of the one and only Kistin to tell his Gata.
The originator of the position.
The inventor.
The inventor of the...
No, man. But I love that he keeps on trying. Eh? That's one thing that I love about him.
No, don't say it like that. Like when you say it like that, it's like Hashem. No, but it's like going to idols and they go, "Hey, you can't sing, Mara. Hey, I'm glad you've got the spirit, man."
Yes, you got the spirit. You got the courage to try
I like your personality, man.
No, man. But did you see that pass, by Udu Breeze? We call it the striker's pass, that one. It was not a pass for you to an assist, no. You wanted that guy to put it back.
Yeah.
You know? Because if that's meant to be an assist, it was supposed to be further up. Yeah, you know, but you could see that he wanted his brace, and I have to say that he's giving Foster vibes.
Okay.
With the body and maybe the light skin also, but also the way he plays, you know. He plays like him. I think there's something that maybe, I don't know, in A and B team, right? I want similar profile of players, right? Okay. You see that Foster and Udu Breeze, they play similar.
Foster, Cupido.
What is his name? Is it Ashley? Yeah, Ashley. I knew there was some. There's a reason why I'm
There's a link somewhere.
Yeah. No. So if we can see such kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But going to AFCON.
Wait. Before you go there, I want to ask you the same question I asked about A. I know we're saying this is the B team and it's a experimental team and all of that stuff. I want to ask, looking at the situation you're speaking about now with Cupido, with Foster. You know, you still have a Mahopa who's probably going to play, right? Shouldn't Mahopa be playing these games?
No.
Okay.
You know what he can give us already, you know? Hence I'm saying if it's a profile, you know, of a player. Like someone said, let's say Mahopa gets injured.
Yeah.
Let's say Mahopa gets injured. Are you going to have a Mahopa profile or you're going to invert or look for another person to play that position, you know?
Yeah.
Hence, I'm saying profiles matter.
Is it a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation that, yes, Mahopa, we know what he gives, but then, okay, Mahopa is a bad example, but let's just roll with it. Mahopa, let's say we know Mahopa is we know what he gives, but then let's say Mahopa was on the bench because Lau Foster is the starter. So now we're trying out Cupido, we're trying out Abon Butuma and all of those guys for the profile. But then maybe Mahopa lacks playing time now. Isn't it a double-edged sword there?
Yeah, I can shoot the blanket as they call it, down the road in Clock, I think a good example, right, is the defensive partnership.
Yeah.
UCBC and Umbogas they play well.
Yeah.
Right? And then next game, more serious game, are you gonna try and play Ongezana and whoever,
Yeah.
Grant, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that different kind of profiles from UCBC and Umbogas, because I feel like we play a bit better from the back with UCBC and Umbogas.
Yeah.
And it goes to the point that I wanted to talk about and say, I would take UCBC and Umbogas to Club World Cup as my starters. I mean, Club World Cup, to the World Cup.
You're thinking about Club World Cup.
You're not on vacation, Mr. Uti. No, I would take UCBC and Umbogazi to the World Cup as my starters. But I won't take them to AFCON as my starters.
Wow.
Because one thing that I would once mentioned a very long time back, in Africa, height matters.
Okay.
So in Africa, they're too short to play for African football. But in the Club World Cup, where teams are not necessarily using the wings and crossing the ball like that, they become good for building from the back.
Would you? What would you say to somebody that says you'd maybe use Bogazi and CBC in the AFCON because physically, in fights they are fighting, and then maybe in the World Cup where you might need to be a little bit pretty, I don't know, you bring in Bokranti.
No, remember we are playing against tall. Yes, in the pyramids example, good, where we are being bombarded with crosses.
Yeah.
Right. You need Wengeza in Africa because it's not only about strength, but it's also about the height. I think height matters, and if you look at what I think this is what Abutikuso mentioned, and I've been seeing the progress of it. Slowly but surely, South Africa is increasing the height of its players.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that Hugo Bruce also saw. Because if you look at when it started, Mark, they were shorter players, but now, they are much taller and stronger, So as I'm saying, I would pick them like that. But to your question, what do you do in the next competition? Are you bringing in this two partnership, or you're bringing back Bongeza?
You're bringing back totally is injured, or you're bringing back those guys.
Yeah, let's say
Kekana and Vala.
Those partnership, but they don't have maybe the mesh fitness
that
you're talking about. So man, it's shooting the blanket, man. Cheers.
Okay, no, thank you so much, Agent. Very, very interesting. Look, this is something that I asked about. I think the example that I used was Khanyisa Mayo in those two friendlies, where I was like, okay, you're taking Khanyisa Mayo with, even though he's not going to fit into the team, and maybe you're proving a point, right? But in those games, you could have taken somebody else who had been on the bench, a regular bencher for the team, and said, play your games so that when we call on you, you've played. So now you might sit in a situation where one player has maybe one or two more caps than somebody who's meant to be a B team player, for example. But obviously, I think Hugo Bruce has done incredibly well, because in any example that you use, CBC was part of the A team. So what I'm saying is working with CBC. It's working with Abum Fuke, things like that. So he is balancing it out, but it's a very interesting question to ask. Malumekuto.
Can I just can I just deviate kancane? I just saw Gavin go down pamkapa lapha. Hey, wavela ifika yakhe. Hey, amahula hoop. No really mahula hoop anzima kabi. Should we ban this team from football, Mr. Uchi? Because hey, Bafana, the lengths they have to go through to protect themselves. Maybe that's why football is seeing a progress. Abanye abantwana bahlala balimele. Mele bagqoka amahula hoop ayi-6. Hayi Mr. Angazi ukuthi ibonile na ifika kaboye. Hayi Mr.
It's more than football.
Ngayibona ifika nayo inje. ngasho ngathi ayangeke angeke bayalimala abafana shuthi kumele ube spirit we must insert a law that says guys ningalimazani. We will have our own mediator or whatever who will check who is hurting the other players. Simkeep football angeke Mr. Uti. The boys are not comfortable. And especially Malu boy. Thanks to those hula hoops.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Uti.
You don't want to say anything full time?
No, a good win. Obviously, I would prefer a different opposition, Mr. Oti. But Nakona, it's beautiful that we have the goalkeeper who had a great performance against Sundowns. What I like about Hugo Bros and Jose Rivero, Mr. Oti, yes, Rivero is gone, is the acceleration at which they can give players a chance, Mr. Oti.
Yeah.
They don't need a lot of Kanaking. You don't need to play for 6 years before you get a chance. Like Abo Lamine Yamal, Abo Ansu Fati, you are hot group Barcelona. The next week you're getting a call up.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the height, Mr. Uti, height is very important. I think I see agent is asking about it. Unkata, we just got to go through height. I'm calling him Kata because
CBS. Yeah.
We literally got to go through heights, just simple not in Mr. Uti. Any defense, you need that. We saw the one chance that Mozambique got where they almost scored. There was Umbogazi being beaten for height. Easy, and the goalkeeper had to pull out a save.
Was that height or positioning?
It's both, Mr. Uti. If you have enough height, you don't have to take as many steps to get to that ball. In as much as we don't like it, Mr. Uti, it's there and it's proven over and over and over and over and over and over again. Especially by pyramids, they expose it and they exploited it, Mr. Uti. So I would say yes, some of these players are great, but we have to pick games for them. And by the way, Kwaiwa is coming to Pirates. I think Butuma is also coming to Pirates. Thank you, Mr. Uti.
Le replace Makhopa, le mfile contract. That's sad, man. But anyway, Sugar Spice Mtarasakai. Kawivale lapho, man. Welcome.
My brother.
Unjani?
Ya ngibonile nje kancane. Just mina nje umfana ongilokhuzile. Ngikwayiba ungidlalele unkotha ungidlalele. Nalo mfana lo akhala ngayo amahula hoops.
Yeah.
Hayi abuthi khutho makame kancane uyazi sabodaki angisho khona nenye ingwenya engekho ediskini lokhuza yamapiano ngeke sifuna ukuyikwiza na sabodaki ayesibalekele lo. But on a serious note, I was really impressed by ulokuza ukwayiba nami but unkotha, the question will be, do you consider Unkota going to this African Cup of Nations? Because if you can look the performance that he displayed during Ilokoza, CAF this year, it says that can you consider Unkota? Because when we are talking about pace, we used to give the Mfana so super sport where we Sundowns so ngati bamfuna Cyprus. So Unkota will be able to give you that dimension. So,
but then isn't the question that Unkota is getting parachuted into the team right now? What about the players that were there? You know what I mean? Like, and those players that are already there, why aren't they playing these games?
Okay, for now, what we can simply say is that we do understand that 80% of his squad Saga Hugo Pros. It's predominantly by a man who's with Sundowns.
Okay.
So you acknowledge that, but we used to give Masego an opportunity because of the pace. Because your Apolis, they are very smart players, your 8 or 10s, but sometimes there are few games where you really need somebody who has pace. So that's why I'm saying it's only easy for for him just to move straight into his starting 11, but I will prefer Uti, he should be included. One might say it's still early, but I do see him in the final 23 of course, because of that experience that he got. And you saw Lokuzin, basically, Simbonile Lokuzin, Amatapase not our funo wabon. But again, in closing, my brother, Hugo Pros, clever. Challenging shooting, and as no more show it. Hugo Pros is lame, shang cut and paste. Uhamba ngentethe uma uyabothi okay South Africa ise USA yini into engisele ngayo manje ithi ngitheshise lezi bhakaniya yini
igijimisele intwana
igijimisele intwana ngiyabonga mntana sekhaya thanks.
Thank you Chef Spice. Let me go to Kusiso, close it for me. Welcome. How do you feel about the game?
How are you, sir?
I'm champion. I don't know how do you. I feel like a champion.
What a recharge. What a good second half. First half it was something else. We couldn't convert. Some of the players we are not sure. Abu Kwaiba, we are not sure. Cross, we are not sure. Kabini, we are not sure. Mapangule, we are not sure. At least for Lina, the space is there. Overall, Mara, I would say the performance, bonchanyana, Mara, the question still remains if Nagacha o tshwana le bo Mozambique e dire sokodisha ka mogwano team ya go tshwana le Sundowns e se gona e re bontsha go sasa gore ka sure re bapetile one of the big dogs in Africa or one of the big dogs in the world because of certain people they are not there because I think game ya go tshwana le aneki the player at least I wanted to see more of South African players because Okacheka style of play has changed.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's because of Sundowns Ewapala too much on building on the back, but the confidence is not there. Okacheka from our middle perspective, the midfielders who are losing the ball. We're playing too much forward football, too much. I mean, we know the legs of Dove or how weak they are. But if we are failing to penetrate, but level Dove, we are having a long way, my guy.
The problem is just finishing, not necessarily the play.
Yeah, Mara, talking about a long play, a long way to build. If you to intensity to the player, but intensity one but we fikela yela ya go bapala standard saka kwantle and game ja sona le jana je now I feel like the player they might take everything out. You understand? Remember, soon to the qualifier. AFCON, the qualifier World Cup.
Then December.
Then never far chance tomorrow
okay.
Because at least different we wanna go game but going to the game now I still feel like coach who did come Bafana Bafana chance
okay.
Baba showcase so you know some of the players I understand they kind of mola mara. The question is now as nation level la team where so gonna player at one to bala time the player at Sundowns say so on. Kicha gola ka di injury gore nkano ba le injury. So Ramo Sanjo Rebele a plan B, and our plan B so far it's not convincing, but good win for Bafana Bafana. The ranking city tana melela. Arkopane next week.
Oh yeah. Next week, you guys. Who's on? Kujito, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. For time, I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna end it here. Bafana Bafana won. What was it? 2-0, 3-0 versus I've even forgotten the score here, but they won their game. Can you say it's a real B team? I don't think so. Can you say it's a real B team? I don't think so. 2-0 win. We couldn't finish our chances, but guys, can I just say the reason why I'm losing my train of thought? Senegal is really good. Like, Senegal has just made it 1-1 versus England. And the way that they are playing is insane. I think we have a hunger to us, but they have a hunger and they have a certain technical ability to play. Yo, guys. But anyway, win for Bafana Bafana. Great to see Abonkota coming out, Abamapungule. Great to see Abu Kwaiba and Abu Liru and Abu Kabini getting chances. I think it is incredible. The fact that you can go out and win these games should be celebrated. I see Luan just saying it there. We need to appreciate these wins as well. I would love to see more of this. Bafana Bafana versus Bo England. Bafana Bafana versus Bo Spain. This is the full-tooled England team. It's not a half England team. Right, so even when you say Club World Cup and things, that's another conversation. But literally, this is a full-tooled England team. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you then tomorrow at 7. Bye, everyone. Why are we afraid? And like before I go, why are we afraid? If you go and play the big team and the big team beats you, it teaches you a level and you work towards something. I think France taught us a big level, a lesson when they beat us 5-0. Now, if we keep playing these games for morale and then we go and face the big boys, when are we going to prepare? But yeah, conversation for another day. Bye, everyone.